Everyone heard the scream, "Help me, my baby!" People rushed out of their houses. Mary lay on the dusty road, one hand on her big stomach, the other stretched forward. Her gown was stained with blood. Her face was wet with sweat and tears. Someone shouted, "Where is her husband?" Another voice replied, "David? He has gone to the city again." Mary closed her eyes. At that moment, something broke inside her. Not her body, her heart. And far away in the city, David was laughing with another woman, not knowing that the river he insulted for years had finally turned its back on him. David was once a good man. He owned a small transport business that he used in taking care of his family. Mary was his wife. They married young. She believed marriage was forever. She believed a woman should endure. Their love was simple. When their son Daniel was born, David carried the baby around like a trophy. "My son," he would say proudly, "my blood." Mary smiled then. She thought her life was complete. She was wrong. Everything changed the year David met Clara. Clara opened a small beauty shop in town. She was loud, bold, always dressed to show her shape. Men noticed her. David noticed her more than most. At first, it was greetings, then small talk, then long talks, then secret meetings. Mary noticed first, the late nights, the sudden anger, the way David answered calls outside. One night she asked, "David, is everything okay?" David looked at her like she had insulted him. "Must you ask questions every time?" he snapped. Mary kept quiet. That was the beginning of her silence. David's favoritism was clear. He took Clara to fancy restaurants. He bought her dresses, shoes, and a brand new car. Every birthday, every little celebration, he showered her with gifts. Mary never had a car. Mary never had new dresses. He never took her shopping, never gave her a reason to feel special. She cooked, cleaned, and cared for Daniel, but the man she loved gave her nothing but insults. "Look at yourself," he would say. "You look tired and old." Mary's heart cracked every time. When Mary became pregnant again, she thought things might change. "I'll carry his child. Maybe he will see me again," she told herself. She was 3 months pregnant when David insulted her openly for the first time. She had served his food late because Daniel was sick. David pushed the plate away. "What kind of useless woman are you? Can't you do one thing right?" Mary froze. Daniel started crying. David walked out. People in Green Valley started talking. They saw David with Clara in the city, restaurants, hotels, parties, fancy cars, gifts. Mary heard the stories but pretended not to. When she finally confronted him, David laughed. "So you believe village gossip now? You were pregnant and ugly. Must I lock myself inside?" Pregnant and ugly. Mary cried alone that night. As Mary's stomach grew, David's respect disappeared. He insulted her in front of people. He compared her to Clara. He never gave her gifts, never gave her joy. He left all responsibilities to her, yet he demanded perfection. Mary's parents were dead. She had nowhere to go. One afternoon, while washing clothes, Mary felt sharp pain in her belly. She called David. "David, please, I don't feel fine." David did not look at her. "I'm busy," he said. "Stop pretending." That night, the pain returned stronger. She knocked on his door. "Please, take me to the hospital." David shouted, "Leave me alone! I said I'm tired." Mary went back to the room and cried quietly until morning. The baby died 2 weeks later, stillborn. Mary did not scream. She just stared at the ceiling as the nurse cleaned her. David came hours later. He did not say sorry. Instead, he said, "Maybe it's better. You would have suffered more." Mary turned her face to the wall. Something inside her died with that baby. Mary stopped begging. She stopped explaining. She focused on Daniel. She started small work, washing clothes for neighbors, selling food by the roadside.
David moved out fully. He stayed in the city with Clara. He sent no money. 3 years passed. Daniel turned 3. Then the sickness came. David was in the city when it started. Sharp pain in his side, blood in his urine, weakness. Clara complained, "Every day you are sick. I didn't sign up to be a nurse." David laughed it off, but the pain grew worse. Doctors confirmed it. Kidney failure. He needed care, treatment, and money. Clara disappeared. She blocked his number. The woman he insulted his wife for vanished like smoke. David returned to Green Valley like a broken man, thin, weak, bitter. People whispered, "That's David? Life has dealt with him." He went straight to Mary's house. Mary was feeding Daniel. When she saw David at the door, her heart skipped from memory. David knelt down. "Mary, I have made mistakes." Mary said nothing. "I am sick," he continued. "I need you." Mary looked at him quietly. Daniel asked, "Mummy, who is that man?" The question hit David like a slap.
"I am your father," David said weakly. Daniel looked confused. Mary stood up. "You left," she said calmly. "You insulted me when I was pregnant. You abandoned your son. You bought gifts for another woman, took her shopping, gave her a car. You left me with nothing. Now you are sick." David cried, I know, please." Mary's voice did not shake. "You should go." David stayed outside the compound that night. Neighbors gathered. Some begged Mary, "He is your husband. Forgive him." Mary listened, then she spoke. "I carried his child alone. I buried one alone. I raised this boy alone. When I begged him, he insulted me. When he gave love, it was to another. Gifts, trips, a car. She had all I never had. Now he wants what he gave me nothing for?" She paused. "I will not insult him back, but I will not carry him." David went to his family. They rejected him. Hospitals turned him away without money. His condition worsened. One evening, Mary heard he had collapsed. She went to see him, not as a wife, but as a human being. David whispered, "I'm sorry." Mary nodded. "I know." She paid for basic treatment, nothing more. David died months later, quietly. No mistress, no pride, just regret. Mary buried him. She did not cry. She held Daniel's hand and walked away. Years later, Daniel grew up strong and kind. Mary ran a small business. People respected her. They told her story to young men, not as a warning shouted, but as a truth whispered. Disrespect returns. The rivers you insult may one day refuse to wash your hands, and when that day comes, only your actions will speak for you.